All right, welcome back, focused learners. If you've ever felt like personal finance is just this chaotic cloud of confusing jargon, well, you are in the exact right place today. In this explainer, we are completely taking the guesswork out of wealth building. We're going to take all that complex financial wizardry and transform it into really simple, actionable math. So go ahead and grab a mental notepad because we are breaking down the 7 golden rules for financial freedom.
Let's actually map out this journey together. We aren't just looking at a random list of isolated tips today. We're talking about a chronological pathway. We're tracing a path starting from your everyday savings habits, your immediate reality, right through the safety nets and compounding calculators, all the way to that giant retirement treasure chest at the end. This is our roadmap.
And here is our exact game plan. 1. Blueprint for financial freedom. 2. Mastering daily cash flow. 3. Building a safety net. 4. Growing wealth over time. And finally, Section 5, Reaching Ultimate Retirement Goals.
Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, Blueprint for Financial Freedom, setting the stage. Look, building wealth isn't about magic, and it's certainly not about luck. It's simply a matter of consistently following the math.
Which brings us right into Section 2, Mastering Daily Cash Flow, the foundation. You can't build a fortress on a swamp, right? So we absolutely have to master the money coming in right now before we do anything else.
Enter our first golden rule, the famous 50-30-20 budget. Imagine every dollar you make is a pie. Half of that pie, 50%, goes to your absolute non-negotiable needs. We're talking rent, groceries, keeping the lights on. Then 30% is for your wants. Yes, you get to have fun. A budget shouldn't feel like a prison. But here's the kicker, the real anchor. That final 20% is strictly dedicated to savings and investments. No exceptions. This isn't just about restricting what you spend. It's about putting your financial peace of mind on autopilot.
But how do we actually make sure that 20% gets saved? Well, that is golden rule number 2, the first week rule. We all hear pay yourself first, but let's put a hard deadline on it. You need to invest that 10 to 20% of your income in the very first week of the month. Literally, before you pay the bills, before you buy those concert tickets, move the money. By doing it immediately, you completely eliminate the behavioral temptation to spend it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Moving on to Section 3, Building a Safety Net, the fortress. A great offense is absolutely nothing without a solid defense, so we have to manage our risk.
So golden rule number 3 is the 40% EMI rule. EMI just stands for Equated Monthly Installment. Basically, your loan payments. This rule dictates that your combined loan payments must never, ever exceed 40% of your net monthly income. If you cross that line, you are stepping right into a debt trap. You lose your breathing room, and worse, you lose the flexibility you need to invest for your future.
The other half of that defense is golden rule number 4, the 6X Emergency Fund. Before you start going heavy into investments, you need to stockpile cash equal to exactly 6 times your monthly income. Think of it as 6 months of life, fully funded, sitting safely in a liquid bank account. If the economy takes a nosedive or a massive medical bill pops up, you don't panic and touch your investments. You just pop open this safety umbrella.
All right, Section 4, Growing Wealth Over Time, the engine. The fortress is built, so now it is time to put that money to work using the incredible power of compounding.
Let me ask you something. How long will it actually take for your money to completely double? If you put $10,000 away today, when exactly does it magically turn into $20,000? A lot of people just guess wildly here, but as focused learners, we don't guess. We use a formula.
That formula is golden rule number 5, the rule of 72. You can literally do this mental math on a restaurant napkin. Just take the number 72 and divide it by your expected annual interest rate. Boom. The result is the exact number of years it takes for your money to double. So say you're getting an 8% return. 72 divided by 8 is 9. Every 9 years, your wealth completely duplicates itself. It is honestly the ultimate cheat code to compound growth.
Now, what kind of interest rate you get totally depends on your asset allocation, which brings us to golden rule number 6, the 100 age rule. Just subtract your current age from 100, and whatever number you get, that's the percentage of your portfolio that should be in high growth equities, like stocks. Say you're 30. 100 minus 30 means 70% in equity. You've got plenty of time to ride out market dips. But notice what happens by age 50 or 70. You naturally shift those percentages away from aggressive growth and into safer assets. You have to protect your life savings as you get older.
And that brings us to our final stage, Section 5, Reaching Ultimate Retirement Goals, the Summit.
This is all about calculating that beautiful moment where working becomes entirely optional.
Our seventh and final golden rule is the massive 25x retirement goal. Listen to this. Retirement is not an age, it's a mathematical milestone. You are officially financially independent the second you have invested 25 times your annual expenses. Let's say you can live comfortably on $40,000 a year. Multiply that by 25, and your magic number is $1 million. Once you hit that 25x mark, you can safely withdraw about 4% a year, and theoretically, your money will literally outlive you. How amazing is that?
When you step back, you can see how beautifully all these pieces connect to complete the entire journey. We started with the daily cash flow, mastering the 50-30-20 budget and paying ourselves in the first week. Then we built an absolute fortress with our 6x emergency fund and strict debt limits. We fired up the engine of compound growth with the rule of 72. And all of that math, step by step, leads straight to that ultimate 25x retirement summit.
So, I'll leave you with this. Which of these 7 golden rules is currently missing from your financial blueprint? We've totally stripped the mystery out of the math today, and you have the exact formulas. Take a really hard look at your accounts this week, find that missing piece, and start putting this math into practice right now. You've got the map, Focus Learners. Now it's entirely up to you to take that first step. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will catch you next time.